Hello and welcome to the Australian Gamer Show. I'm Yug.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Sarge.
And tonight we're going to be talking about Australian Gamer at E3.
Oh, Duke goes gold. When you give me looks
say-
like that, I'm like, what are you talking
And
about?
over to you, so I think Duke goes gold. And now...
R18 guidelines.
And fan-made Maniac Mansion. Jesus, I'm sorry. Should we have prepared for this a little bit earlier?
Never.
If only someone sent an email around to try and actually, structure this podcast.
We're not, if only. We're not that organized, except, if your name's Sarge. Do you know, hey, we're...
The beautiful thing here is we're recording a podcast. First of all, welcome Jay to Melbourne, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It's lovely for you to be in this town. It's nice to be doing a podcast again as well. It's always a good thing. We missed a week. I missed a week. It's my fault. I didn't even tell the Melbourne guys about it, so that was completely my bad.
You kind of come to expect that things like this occur every now and then.
Every now and again. But no, it's an excuse to have a podcast because Jay is in town, which is nice.
Well, I was thinking we're all kind of representing from the East Coast. You are originally a Brisbane boy.
Right.
And, we got Melbourne side with Sarge, and... Oh, hang on, I'm Perth.
You're
aren't
Perth. You're from Perth.
Well, I'm trying to change that,
Right.
I got my driver's license in Sydney finally. So
Good work. See, I still have my Queensland driver's license. Because down
that's
here...
a piece of laminated crap, isn't it?
It's
What's
laminated
with
crap. But the beautiful thing is, because you jump on the trams down here, and if you get pulled up by a ticket inspector on the trams, it's like, I didn't know I had to pay. Look, I'm from Queensland. And they kind of just go, oh, okay. They let you off. Yeah. Which is great.
Even if they do, they'll never send you a ticket. Because I did that when I first moved to Melbourne as well. I used to live in Tasmania, and I had my interstate driver's license, and I'd been here for like 6 months, but I pulled out the other interstate driver's license and went, here's the address that you can send the fine to.
Yep.
Nothing happened.
See, it's good because the address on my driver's license is like a place that I lived about 2 or 3 share houses ago. So, God knows what kind of mail they get. Actually, that's kind of freaky.
Would they not just have looked at your hair and just thought, it's all right, dude, we know you've got no money.
You're homeless.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the thing, because now I wear kind of nice layered clothes because Melbourne's really cold. So now I still look homeless. I just look like a homeless guy that stole someone's suit. So, I look like a homeless guy and a thief.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in other words, you fit right in at home.
Right in,
Fitzroy.
especially in Fitzroy. Exactly.
Can I just say, in this room, I kind of feel like I should have a rubber band in one hand and some heroin in the other hand.
Okay, I should probably clarify. We're recording this podcast in the upstairs of the unopened Manor Bar in what is my room / the office. Now, the Manor Bar, we've done a lot of work to it, renovation work and painted and everything like this. The main bar itself, because that's where obviously all of you will be coming to drink and
it looks very nice.
Looks very nice, exactly. Whereas upstairs, we kind of don't really have to because it's not going to be seen to the public. So my room here... be thankful I've painted the floor because the floor was just wood, like just dirty splintered wood, and the walls are like this half pink white thing, and there's just a tiny bulb hanging from the middle of the room, cracked windows and dodgy shades.
It does look like my bedroom when I was 17.
No, here's the thing. Before all the posters went up on the walls, before it was decorated in this way, it just looked like a crack den.
This is decorated.
You need to pull up one of the planks here because I swear there's got to be a stash somewhere.
Hold on a second. No one can actually see this on the podcast, but I just have to show the guys.
This is great radio. Oh!
Stash corner.
There is a stash hole. I haven't actually stashed anything in there yet, and I keep being afraid that something's going to crawl out of there, so I kind of just keep it covered up. I don't really want to put my hand in there to see if there's any, previous stashes or... Syringe.
Dead hookers.
But anyway, it's good to have you. Should we talk? We should talk about topics, the actual topics we have.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
And stuff. Well, let's start with E3. Australian Gamer.
What is that?
And E3. For the first time in the history of the website's operation, we are all expenses paid,
not
flying
just one.
our staff, 2 of our staff members.
I love how you say that. All expenses paid.
By them. But still all expenses are paid.
Damn straight, over to E3 this year, which happens June the 7th to the 9th. Is that correct?
I have no idea, but thanks for
you're the
reminding me.
one going. Jay is going.
I don't know. It's like it's all set somewhere in some spreadsheet where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'm just rocking up.
Really?
Yeah, Luke organised that stuff.
Okay.
I organised Vegas. That's my job.
Yeah, and you're going to Vegas afterwards.
It's going to be fucking awesome.
You were going
Oh,
for
no, it's okay. I had a really good train of thought, and then it just derailed.
Right, okay. But E3, of course, it's the big electronic entertainment expo that happens every year. And this year, I'd imagine, will be fairly exciting because we have the announcement of the new Nintendo console, the sequel, the follow-up to the Wii
Stream.
The Wii Stream.
Yes.
I just want to see what the new name is going to be, because what's it called? Project Cafe.
Yes.
That's its sort of title at the moment.
I actually have a theory about the name.
Go on.
I think they're going to call it the Wii 2. Wii 2?
I don't get it.
As in, like, it's a good...
Why don't they just call it Us?
Well, that's... You're not in marketing, are you?
No.
It's whatever. But there's a whole bunch of games that the boys are actually going to be seeing and playing over there. We have a big list that we're not going to go through. But is there any particular games that you're looking forward to seeing over there?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, God, you're so Asian.
What about some actual proper games, though, that people enjoy?
Street Fighter.
God.
Once again, you're Asian, so let's see some other games. Is that's the Street Fighter versus Tekken?
Versus X Tekken?
Cross Tekken.
Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
Right.
Which looks
What
a bit
about
exciting.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
Nah, I have no
No.
love for that. Nah.
Okay,
I want
alright.
2D. I don't want that 3D shit.
Such a fake Asian. So
Asian.
So, do you know what's going on with it? Is that going to actually be two different games?
Yeah.
So they're made by two different companies?
Yeah, so Namco's making the Tekken one, and Capcom's making the Street Fighter 2D one.
Yep.
So it's they're going to be different ones. But yeah, there's a bunch of games. I mean, I don't know what I'm excited for. I want to check out The Darkness 2. I really like the first one. I think that would be good.
Of course.
Bioshock Infinite, of course. Everyone loves Bioshock, so I want to see what that looks like.
Yep.
I don't know what else is there. Like you said, I'm excited about the Nintendo stuff. I want to see what they do. Also, we found out today that we've got the Sony press conference on the first day, and it goes for 5 hours long. And we're thinking, what the hell? Why do you need a 5-hour press conference? But they sent us another email today to say that it's going to be an hour and a half long, and then you've got your own private usage of the NGP for the while after then. So that should be exciting.
Oh, okay, so sit down and play with the NGP.
Is that going to? I just assumed that it'd be Sony going around apologising everybody for losing their credit card details.
Well, this is the fascinating thing that I can't see about...
in a line, and the execs just go, sorry, all the way down.
No, they're Japanese, so they go,
Oh.
what do they say? Sumimasen? No, that's excuse
I
me.
don't want to guess because it'll be too racist if I say it.
Sugoi. No.
No.
Really wrong.
Oh, gomen nasai.
Gomen nasai.
Yes. Fuck, my Japanese is bad.
I know.
I can't help it.
Oh,
I
that's
use it.
okay.
I used it all up on Suda the other week, and it's like I've got nothing left.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was going to say, do you think that'll be something that they actually broach during their keynote?
I think
obviously they'll probably push the NGP for a bit, but
they have to. They have to broach it. It's kind of they're on the back pedal at the moment.
I would rather they just crack a joke at it and just let it go after then, because it's like, let it go. It's like you've acknowledged it in the past. You've already done your press conference about it.
Yeah.
Crack a joke and just let us move on. That's
No,
what I want to see.
Look, I get it, but I think they're going to have to do something, some big announcement of some sort that's like that makes it up, or as in they need to offset the negative with more positive.
what if they all gave you guys that were at the press conference an NGP?
Okay,
Microsoft did it.
Yes, that doesn't apologize to the
Yeah.
consumer. That just bribes the media.
But at least, but isn't that what it's about? I mean, they've said sorry. They're not
What are
going
you
to say
talking about?
sorry
E3
again.
is not about bribing the media. I mean, you're not going to any parties and getting drinks, are you, Jay?
Absolutely not. I'm not going to any strip clubs paid by any publisher. I'm not taking any hits of cocaine from any publisher.
Good.
At all.
I would expect nothing less from Australian Gamer correspondents.
He's giving me this little wink right now.
No, I wasn't. It's just my lazy eye. Actually, no, I do want to kind of go on a bit of a tangent here. Jay also went to... hold on, did you speak about this in the last podcast? The Alice and
No, we haven't had a podcast.
Okay, well,
since then.
Jay and Luke went to
We didn't go to.
E3.
We hosted.
Hosted, of course, and a bunch of you Australian gamers probably entered the competition and were able to go along as well. So
all 5 of you.
Oh, really?
No, of course. There were
okay.
heaps. I'm just
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
But they actually managed to go to or host a preview event for the new Alice game and Suda51's upcoming Shadows of the Damned.
Yep.
Where American McGee was there and Suda51 was
I
there.
have no idea who American McGee and who the hell names their child American.
American McGee, you don't know who he is.
I had no idea who he was.
He's
at
like
all.
he's a designer on the original Quake no, Doom.
I don't know what I mean.
He was a designer at ID and like a really respected level designer.
Okay.
And then he actually, came out.
He looks pretty young though.
He did American McGee's Alice, the original. Also did Scrapland, I think.
And that the girl from Ugly Betty, her name's called America too.
I thought that as well. I'm like, well, she's like, she deserves that name. Have you seen her? Yeah. But
that's it. That's all you guys know about you, ill-informed.
That's my contribution to this conversation.
Balloonalists, Jesus. But anyway, the story I want Jay to actually talk about is he got along really well with Suda.
Well, we had lots of fun, but you guys will see the video soon. It'll go up on the website when Luke gets off his ass. Luke. And what I did with Suda for the rest of the night, we had a bit of fun. We were all drinking and stuff, but he had to stay at the event because he was there. He was part of the entertainment.
Sure.
And, meeting the developers was part of the key thing. But he looked a bit tired. Like he'd been doing interviews all day, so I did ask him, and like I could only ask him through his interpreter because he doesn't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to ask through his interpreter, "What's your favorite drink, Suda?" And he's like, "Tequila." So imagine this three-way conversation. It's pretty funny.
It, yep.
And then so I said, okay, well, let's take you outside. We'll go find a tequila bar. There's one right outside, and we'll line up and we'll get some really good tequila. And I remember when we went to Shady Pines, I was like, oh, we had really good tequila when we were there.
Yeah.
And that was just around the corner.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd take him there. So he's like, no, can't go. I have to stay here. Like, his job is to actually stay there and entertain. But being who I am, I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll have you out. We'll have you back. No one will even notice that you're gone.
Did you actually have to seek him out the back door or something? Or
No,
like sneak
no.
him
Well,
past
there's
the EAPR?
no, the way. Someone had to keep them all distracted. But
was it like a covert operation? Did you get Luke to sort of go up the stairs and it's like, hey,
Luke
look over here? Or
no, Luke wasn't there. He wasn't there at the time. He was away doing something. And then no, we just snuck him up the stairs. We just went straight up. Hoped that no one will watch us, and no one did. So out we went. And then, and so we got him out to Shady Pines, but there was a really long line outside. So I thought, oh no, there's no point because he'll want to go back after then. So we went around the corner to this other place that I know that does really good cocktails.
Yep.
And I asked them for their premium or their best tequila, and they brought out this thing I've never even heard of. It was $23 a pop, so that gives you an idea of how nice it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fantastic. It was the best tequila I've ever had. You don't shot it. You sip it. Okay, I'm
right.
like, whoa, that's a bit classy. But yeah, you do. You sip it and you appreciate it. It's fucking awesome. So and then I bought him this pina colada thing that you light up on fire and then a coconut shell, and he was like all fascinated, taking photos and twittering and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, got him pretty smashed.
You and him are like best mates now, right?
Oh, we're Facebook friends.
You're
of course. Yeah.
That's a real friendship.
That's beautiful. Friendship built on booze. I
know.
like those. Those are the best ones.
But I got him back safely to the event, so I was pretty happy. He had to get up the next morning at 5 or something to fly out. So
Right. Okay.
he wouldn't party. I did try to egg him on to party on with us for the night, but he's like, no, I have to go back. I have to wake up in the morning. So he still had a sensible mind, but so much fun. Best interview I've ever done anyway. It was really good.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. You should have continued the interview at the bar while drinking tequila, actually. That would have been good. Cool.
So,
yes.
just sorry, to get back to E3.
Yeah,
So
that
we've
whole
got-
topic of conversation.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Nintendo are going to do the whole Project Cafe thing.
Yep.
Sony are going to be apologising.
And the NGP. Yep.
NGP. Do you guys know what Microsoft are doing?
They got a free ride. They're great.
Yeah,
I think they're in a great position.
Nothing's really been...
How can they be in a great position? They've got nothing to announce. Gears of War 3.
They're in a better position than Sony.
Yeah. And
So that puts their...
I guess there's been a lot lately on Major Nelson's his podcast. There's been lots of hinting that there's something really big. And listening to another podcast, Microsoft are doing their own sort of press release stuff.
Yep.
And this I won't say who it was, but they sort of were told, look, I can't make it. Can we just do this over the phone? And I just bumped the mic then. And then they said, no, look, you can't do it over the phone. We need to see the whites of your eyes when we tell you about what we've got coming up. You have to be there.
Okay.
That's such PR lingo.
It
though.
really is.
Well,
I
it
love
is, but
it's great.
Yes, but that's
We need
still
to see the whites
getting
of
me.
your eyes. No one says that.
That gets me a little bit intrigued.
Jay, I need to tell you about this.
boner coming through your pants. It's
Jay, I got something to tell you, but you need to fly down here to Melbourne because I need to see the whites in your eyes when you react to it. 'cause-
done, baby, done.
Oh my god!
Marketing 101.
Yeah.
So
look, I actually,
there's obviously something.
look, I think that all Microsoft
don't know
need to
what
do,
it is.
to be completely honest, is actually present some more hardcore games on the Kinect, which is what they'll probably do. There's a lightsaber Star Wars based game that's being developed on the Kinect that's been talking for a while.
I honestly don't care for Kinect anymore.
You don't care for Kinect?
You can bring
It's-
out whatever you want. It's not gonna blow me away.
I think that is what they're going to do. But they've got Gears of War 3, of course, but the Kinect is
There's the
what
Alan
they'll
Wake
do.
thing apparently they're working on too.
New Remedy
Well,
thing.
have you seen that? All you do is just shine a torchlight up in the air with your Kinect. Does that really look that
Oh,
exciting?
really? That's a, oh.
Isn't that the premise of the whole game?
Yeah, pretty much.
The
Shine a
original one,
torch
yeah.
into someone else's eyes
But
and shoot them
it
in
was
the face.
good.
What on Kinect can blow you away? What is there out
Well,
there?
this is the thing. There isn't anything out there.
Then it's not going to be very good. They need
Well,
to do
no,
something better
but this is
than
the thing. If that's E3,
They
that's
just
the
need another
point. If
Dance
they-
Central and you'll be impressed though, let's be honest.
If they put porn channels on the Xbox, I think that will be the killer.
Jesus. I can see the whites in your eyes now. That's a bit disturbing. But look, either way, I'm sure E3 will be fun for those that are going.
Definitely. And that, you know, that takes the pressure on the rest of us back here to actually keep up to date and write stuff. Because
You mean actually do something for a change?
yeah.
Why are you looking at me? I don't do anything. You look at me because we don't have a bottle opener. So I'm opening the
Oh,
beers
on a
on a
heater.
heater. Hold on, hold the mic.
Here we go. He's gonna. Oh.
He did a good job there. Well done.
Nice. That
well
was
done.
very impressive.
Hold on, I need to open one for me.
Oh, okay. So, many more about E3, Saj?
I'm
actually exci-
interested in Battlefield 3.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. I need to see more about that.
Yep.
Do
you think Valve are gonna announce anything exciting?
I don't think Valve are actually. Are they even going to be there? I think they've explicitly said they're not showing any games. There's no new games that they're going to be
They
displaying.
don't really need to. I mean, they got Half-Life 2 Episode 3, which is in the pipeline. But
Wherever
apart from
that is.
Portal 2 came out, so they don't.
Portal 2's done.
According to Valve's schedule and timeline of releasing games, they don't need to do anything for another
No.
2 years.
There might. I would probably suggest there may be a bit of news about the DLC for Portal 2
Probably, but that's
because there hasn't
not
been a
huge
lot of
news,
news
I
about
think
that.
that's just-
No, but once again, they don't need to.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
everyone's
look,
given up on Half-Life by now anyway.
My personal opinion is the most interesting thing to watch at E3 will be the comparisons between Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3. And the reason I say that is Modern Warfare is such a huge franchise, as in it's just phenomenal. There are so many followers. We can bash it all we want,
Yeah,
and
I
and
don't
plenty
know
of
if I am.
journalists and plenty of people that I know. As soon as you put up a Modern Warfare, they're like, fuck more Modern Warfare and blah, blah, blah. Sure, say that as much as you want, but it's still a massively popular and hugely selling game. Battlefield 3, it's been a while since Battlefield 2 came out, but it looks amazing and phenomenal.
Yeah, it
These
does.
two games it's so easy to compare the two. They're both going to be at E3. I'm just going to be interested to see how they both play it.
And I think the thing with Modern Warfare as well is that a lot of the players now that play Modern Warfare play just Modern Warfare. That's all they do.
I know. They come into the fucking bar all the time.
Yeah,
Do you have Modern Warfare? Do you have Modern Warfare? Oh no, can you on the PlayStation 3 because we only play with these controls. Do you have this DLC? Hey, can we play it like across split screens? Hey, can you set this up? Oh, it's not working properly. You haven't unlocked this. You haven't downloaded it. Fuck off!
We had that. I had that a few weeks ago. I met a new sort of group of friends and found out that they were all into video games as well. And said to one of the guys, I'm like, oh, so what sort of games are you into? He went, play a bit of Modern Warfare 3. I'm like, cool. I'm like, and have you been playing anything else? Like, you excited about LA Noire coming out? Nah. Just some Modern Warfare 3. Oh, I played Black Ops for a bit. Yeah, and that's literally all he played.
Yeah.
Did they realise that Modern Warfare 3 isn't out yet?
Oh, well, what did I say Modern Warfare 3? I meant the other one. Was
Two.
that the one?
I thought you were taking the piss out of them for saying Modern
Oh,
Warfare
no,
3.
Modern Warfare. I'm
No.
just thinking Modern Warfare 3 because I was just thinking.
Well,
sorry.
look, to me,
Bad
to be honest,
storytelling.
there were only 3 games this year that I was particularly looking forward to: LA Noire, Duke Nukem Forever, and the new Deus Ex game. And LA Noire's already out. I've played it, finished it, and I fucking loved it. Duke Nukem comes out during E3 or just after E3, and Deus Ex comes out towards the end of the year. Everything else, I'm like, it's got to actually affect me in some way. Have you guys played LA Noire? What do you think?
Have you?
What do you
Sorry?
think?
Yeah, I've played the shit out of it.
Really? I haven't had enough time because I had to come here. But I played maybe about 4 hours. And yeah, I love it. I love it for what it is. I think too many people out there are over-analysing what the game does and stuff. And I'm like, just play it. Have a bit of fun. I like having someone next to me to give me second opinions.
Do you know what?
That's great. I love that bit.
Yeah, have you, I actually had a thing here like last weekend. I had some friends of mine over, and I just didn't particularly want to go out or do anything. I just stayed inside all day in my onesie. I wear a onesie now. Have you seen my onesie? I'll show you my onesie.
Does it have like a poo flap at the back?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
it
I
doesn't.
want one of those.
It doesn't.
I
I'm sorry.
really want. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, okay.
Doug was trying to explain this to me the other day,
just
but when he said
hold this.
onesies, I thought he meant a one piece, like a bathing suit one piece, and I'm like,
I assume he meant those.
oh, yeah, onesie. So
wow,
it's like
there are no words that can describe what we're looking at.
It's
right
like
now.
a sleeping bag,
with arms and
legs, and it's like
has feet.
It's like
really
Joseph
fleecy.
in the Technicolor onesie. That's gross.
It's sort of black and it's got like fluoro kind of 80s guitar patterns all over
guitars. It's amazing.
It's like you should be singing, sometimes I feel like I should run away.
Okay, I'm taking the mic away from you now. But anyway, so I stayed in pretty much all day and just wore a onesie. I invited some friends around. I'm like, bring a couple of bottles of wine, let's grab some pizza and just play LA Noire all day because they hadn't played it and they didn't have a copy of it. And we spent like about 8 hours sitting on beanbags playing LA Noire with myself. Like it was three of us at some point. It was an amazing game to play cooperatively with a bunch of people because you go in the scenes and it's like, oh, the evidence, oh, have you checked behind the fridge, what about over there? And then you're interviewing the people and you look at him and collectively you're all like, he's fucking lying.
He's lying.
No, but do we have the evidence? Oh, what if you use this? It's phenomenal to play specifically a single player game that works as a game that multiple people can be involved in.
It's really probably as close to playing a movie as you'll get. Sure, that isn't sort of just a game that's full FMV.
Yeah, but it's I was really impressed by that fact. I did not expect that. Did not see that coming. So that was good.
I had a friend of mine, my girlfriend and some of her friends went out like a few weekends ago, and they all crashed at our place. And the next morning, one of her friends sort of woke up, and I was in the lounge room already playing LA Noire, and she's like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "Oh, it's LA Noire," and she doesn't like video games at all. But she happily.
That's it.
No. This is not my girlfriend. This is her.
Oh,
friend.
right. Okay. Well,
Okay. So so
inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate. She doesn't listen to this, so who gives a fuck? So she doesn't like video games, but happily sat there on the couch for like a good 2 hours just watching me play LA Noire. And at the end, she was like, "Oh, that bitch is totally lying. You should use that other bit of evidence that you found back at the murder scene, and that's your proof."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, just settle down. Like it's just a game." And it is one of those games where you can happily have just as much fun watching it as you do play it.
It's good. Go buy it, support it, support the local Team Bondi that probably
and there's
won't
lots
be
of
around for much longer.
Don't be like that.
Oh, what?
Why do you think they'll be? Oh, you can't say that because half of their team was all Rockstar and they've gone home.
Oh, baby, look, I love the fact that we've finally, for the first time since Dark Reign, I would say, Australia is actually, even then, that's stretching it. Australia's actually put out a AAA title. BioShock doesn't
What
count.
about the latest AFL game?
Or the next version.
You know what? I'm not going to comment on that.
Or the next
okay?
version of
I haven't played
Flight Simulator.
Train Simulator.
Train
you
simulators.
idiot.
Was it trains? Trains with a Z.
No, what's the one with what's the one the aircraft takes off and you
iPhone.
Flight control.
Flight control.
Flight control.
Or another version of flight control.
Oh, no, it's the same version, just on a different platform. Oh, God, I don't want to bag out the local industry. No, but here's my thoughts about Team Bondi, right? And we know people that work there, and they're good people.
I live next to them, yes.
Jay lives next to them. They were involved in his bouncy castle party, so
Yes.
But here's the thing. This is a game that took 7 years to make, is one of the most expensive games ever.
Yeah.
As in more expensive than, I think it was more expensive than Final Fantasy and Gears of War.
Well, when you have to fly half your dev team into a different country.
It was already 20 mil, like even before Rockstar took over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Who invested in that?
Sony.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because Sony had the exclusive deal. But this is the thing. I think I wish it would go well, but frankly, as far as I know, the tech's already moved overseas. The mocap tab, the capture tech.
Yeah.
So, short of an act of God or Rockstar actually turning around and making it Rockstar Australia or something like that, Team Bondi are. I just
Maybe they can make on small. They can work on smaller shit for now. Like Maybe they can do parts of the next Grand Theft Auto game or something.
DLC. Well, that's what. But if they do that, they'd end up being a Rockstar Australia. And if that happens, fantastic. See, this is the thing. Team Bondi making a Rockstar published game. That hasn't happened. The last time that happened, Rockstar always do everything internally. The last game they did on a console that wasn't a Rockstar studio was not Manhunt. The State of Emergency. So that was actually made
ages ago.
That was ages ago, and some of the PSP versions of Grand Theft Auto were made by external studios. But Rockstar are very much an internal studio, to the point that LA Noire, they flew a shitload of other Rockstar studios and had outsourced a whole bunch of stuff to them. So I worry for the future of Team Bondi. I really do. I hope it actually goes well and there's more that comes from that studio, but I really worry about it. So.
I think it's done well here. Like I logged on the other night and onto Xbox Live, and I had 10 friends online, and at the time, 8 of them were playing LA Noire.
Doing well in Australia kind of means fuck all, though.
Well, yeah, but okay, yeah, point taken. However,
but if anyone could have actually, promoted this niche market open world game, Rockstar are the ones that they made Red Dead Redemption a success, a genre and a type of game that has not been seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
Western and all this kind of stuff. If anyone could do it, Rockstar would do it. Does anyone know about the figures of LA Noire or anything like that, or how well it's selling?
I don't think they've come out yet. They haven't said anything.
I'm very interested to see it, but it's certainly gotten rated highly, so that's good.
It was out on its own, wasn't it? There wasn't anything else that released at the same. Dirt 3, I think, was the only.
Dirt 3 came out last week in the States, but this week
that was last week. I think
Dirt 3's pulling 90 on Metacritic, so it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of other games that sort of got delayed because of LA Noire. Like there was at least a lot of fear, which anything that's sort of Rockstar backed, you would want to.
I don't know if that's because of LA Noire, but it did get delayed. Yeah.
You'd think it would be a factor.
I'm surprised Duke got delayed to like the day after E3 finishes. That's a pretty bold move.
See, I asked that question to Randy.
Yeah.
I asked him, I'm like, well, is there a reason why you've delayed it to that now? Isn't it a bit weird that you're trying to release something around E3?
Your buddy Randy.
My buddy Randy. We are best. We are like this right now. Yeah. And I got his street pass. You know that?
Oh, you bastard.
I got his street pass. It was very exciting. But he talks. That boy just talks.
I know.
He doesn't stop. And I'm like...
Actually, the most beautiful thing that happened with us, with Randy up at the Manor Bar when we did the Duke event, was he came to actually talk and do like his, welcome everyone, thanks for the Duke event. And it was then supposed to go back to his apartment, and because he had to fly out early the next day. He stayed the whole time till 1 a.m. in the morning and just talked with everyone.
And he doesn't drink either.
He doesn't drink. He was a trooper, absolute trooper. He was awesome. So, and he can talk.
Yeah. A lot.
That's good.
But yeah, I asked him about that, and he just said that E3 doesn't affect us at all, like from a sales perspective.
From a consumer point of view, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. Anything else to talk about E3, or have we already moved on? No. Yeah, Duke.
Yeah, Duke.
Oh my God! What a great segue.
You missed the opportunity.
Oh shit!
Trying to give you this.
Why didn't you?
Body language
should have
signal.
used the what body language? I thought you were coming on to me. Stop grabbing your. Anyway. Duke goes gold. So anyone that's doubting the fact that Duke Nukem Forever will actually be released,
I'm kind of doubting it still.
Yeah, really?
I will not believe that I've played Duke Nukem Forever until I'm physically putting the disc in my 360.
I think a lot of people are like that.
Start.
But wouldn't it be hilarious if there was like some act of God that destroyed the manufacturing plant where Duke Nukem is being produced?
If that happened, and I was Gearbox and 2K, I'd turn around and go, you know what, fuck it. It's not meant to be then. We give up, all right? If God doesn't want this game out, then fine, whatever.
Yeah, so when's the release date?
10th of June.
Yeah, just straight after E3 finishes.
Yep.
So,
June 10.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got to play multiplayer when Randy came around to
Yeah,
Sydney.
god damn it.
How
was
it?
it?
Capture the Babe was fun. It was really
Right.
good. But sorry, the highlight for us was the strippers. I think we've talked about this. No, the pole dancers. Sorry, they don't strip.
In the game or at the strip club
At the cabaret club. I have to tell my wife I was at a cabaret club.
Really?
It was a cabaret club.
But you're at a strip club. Oh, are you? Is there something wrong with your eye? Have you got something in your eye? You're twitching, Jay.
It's called his wife's fist.
That goes somewhere else.
Oh, really? Come on, standards,
Save it for
guys.
the forums.
All right. Well, look. On that Jesus, we're like, this is a 30-minute. You're not used to this, are you, Jay? A 30-minute podcast.
Short for me. I don't like short things.
We're going to completely power through this. Let's skip to the fan-made Maniac Mansion. I want to hear about this first.
All right. Well, this is just a quick one. Something I picked up today. Maniac Mansion, everyone knows it. Everyone loves the old point-and-click adventures from
Classic
Lucasfilms.
point-and-click LucasArts.
There is a bunch of Germans from
The
Germans who have formed their own kind of little company called Edison Interactive, which is also its own little salute. And they're remaking Maniac Mansion, but they're going to update it, I use in inverted quotes, to the graphic style from Day of the Tentacle. So it's going to have that sort of
cartoony
kind of 1987-ish sort of 16-bit graphics. And they're also, just to avoid even more of a lawsuit, they're changing the name to The Night of the Meteor. And
that's a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
So, is it a game they're going to sell?
No, they're going to release it for free.
It's a fan-made thing.
Just a fan-made thing. Like, what was the other... was it the Streets of Rage fan remake that got shut down a few weeks ago?
I don't
It was one of those sort of old beat-em-ups.
But no, I'm sure they won't have a problem. I mean, LucasArts and Lucasfilm aren't really, that particular about copyright.
At all?
No.
Never.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was reading a story a couple of weeks ago. There was a Star Wars theatre production at a high school where a whole bunch of kids did a Star Wars musical. Like, they put it on and they were like, went through the whole A New Hope and everything like this. It was fun. It was a kids' production, all this kind of stuff. Got shut down by LucasArts, who put a cease and desist on it.
Oh my
on a
God.
kids' high school musical production. Oh my God.
How did they find out about it?
Because they put it up on YouTube.
Oh, silly.
Wow, that's...
Yeah.
But then it would have just been a once-off thing then. Why
Yeah,
would they
it was-
do it again?
Oh, well, no.
Or they shut down the YouTube video.
Yeah, they shut down the
Okay,
YouTube, but they
alright.
basically put a cease and desist on that on the play, on the actual, because it's copyright infringing on the actual
And if they've done
characters.
like sometimes they do like a seasons even with schools. They'll do like a couple of performances.
Yeah, if it was good, they'd reuse it or whatever. So, but I just that's how full on.
Are they worried that there's going to be spoilers? For
More
A New Hope?
importantly, there was a guy that was actually had started a project, raised the funds to create a life-size, fully working AT-AT.
I don't know what that means.
AT-AT.
Really? You don't
Have
know
you
what that
seen The
means?
Empire Strikes
Seen
Back?
a Star Wars movie.
You
What?
know, I keep forgetting this. Yeah. It's
I've played the games.
Fuck off.
I've played.
No, just get the fuck out of here.
okay. Have you ever played one of the games where they're on like a snow?
Yes.
Okay, the big things with four legs. No, not the big elephant things.
Are there elephant things? Am I talking about the right game?
No, okay. I'm trying to explain this in a simple, like, non-Star Warsy terms as possible. Or Yug has a mental breakdown. There's one of the scenes where in Empire where there's like the big sort of four-legged machine things, and you've got to get in.
They
in
look
your,
like a rectangle on the
yes,
top of it,
yes,
and they got
yes.
really long legs.
Yeah. And in
Okay,
the
I
game,
know-
you've got to like get in your little spaceshipy thing, and you've got to hook around into the legs. You've got to hook it around, and they fall over, they trip.
How did you? I don't remember how you killed them.
Whatever, just stop talking, Jay.
I'm sorry,
Anyway,
I tried.
Sarge. Okay, he was going to make a life-size AT-AT.
Yes, that's freaking awesome.
I know, and then got shut down by Lucasfilm,
But
basically infringing on copyright.
see, this is where this is kind of weird, and this is why I don't really understand the high school thing. You generally have to show that there's a potential for you to lose.
No, it all
profits
comes down to
and-
copyright and
isn't
parody
there-
laws. If you're parodying something in the States, that's completely different.
Right.
But if there's a difference between parody and homage. It's like with video game artwork. If you actually draw something that of Mario, if you draw an image of Mario, but it's your interpretation of Mario, that
That's
is
all good.
protected under intellectual copyright. That isn't that you are not using original assets. You're doing your own interpretation of that particular art. If you use the same assets and images to actually create, you know what? Fuck it. I don't know. All I know is that's what happened. So
So if they'd got the cast of Star Wars,
yeah,
turned it into say West Side Story,
yeah.
that would have been cool.
I don't know. I'm
No,
not
that actually
LucasArts
would have been
legal
cool,
department.
but But
What,
that's,
they all have
that would've
AIDS.
been-
No. What? Oh God.
that's Rent.
What if you
Luke,
God,
you're-
why do I know
Luke,
so much about
Luke, you're
musicals?
my sister.
What if you make a Star Wars pornography movie? Is that allowed?
Slut Wars?
Is that considered what?
Slut Wars?
Yeah, is that considered a parody
As long as it doesn't follow the storyline.
at
Yeah,
all?
The Empire Spooks Back.
Spooks.
Return of the Jism.
A new hump. Sorry, that was hump.
He
Hump,
doesn't get. He hasn't seen Star Wars. He probably doesn't even know.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about
God.
it.
Anyway, the last thing. You know what? Funny enough, we're running so over time that we're going to have to rush past this important political issue.
That's how much we care about it.
Oh no, that is actually. I read there was an article that Serral's put out in Kotaku about the R18 rating update. There's been the Brendan O'Connor has actually released a. Hold on, let me just let me
As
just
Yoke
be
flicked
responsible
through
and bring
his
this up
web browser tabs.
on Kotaku so I can. Brendan O'Connor has released the draft for the R18 guidelines, which
Yes.
is basically the government saying these are the proposed guidelines for an R18 rating, which is good. Now, there's a bit of an uproar. Obviously, a family first are turning around and they're like, oh, you know, God, this is terrible and morality. But the stuff
Which
they're
they
preaching
do.
is the same thing they've said for the last 10 years, so whatever. Jay, hold on, Jay's going to
Oh,
try and open
Jay's
it.
trying
It's-
to.
actually,
This can,
Jay,
oh, shit.
Jay?
Oh, fuck. Oh, that actually
actually
worked
did
out
it.
quite well.
I have been a bartender in the past. Okay.
yeah, but he
that
still
was-
hasn't seen Star Wars, so I don't fucking care. Whatever. Anyway, so they released a proposed draft of what it could potentially be, and there's a bit of like, you know, oh, well, you know, is it... Because one of the things that actually comes up in it is about what still classifies as a refused classification game. And like the MA15 rating, they've changed a couple of things in that, and they've added a couple of things to the R18 rating. But for example, a game can still be refused classification if there's crime or violence in it that's promotion of you know, particular
stuff.
illegal activities
So-
or pedophilia or things that.
So
it
what
makes
about
sense.
a graffiti-based game?
Oh, well, that's what I mean. That's still kind of iffy. Like Mark Echo's Getting Up, which is another game that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
refused classification because of promotion of graffiti, even though Jet Set Radio was fine.
Exactly.
Anyway,
that was
um,
stylized, cartoony.
yeah.
Apparently.
yeah. So there's still things that, you know, this has come out and people are like, oh, but I really like Mark Serral's article on Kotaku, which is like, look, can we just fucking get over it and just let this through? This is probably as good as it's going to get. I'm sick of reporting on it for the last 10 years. Just let it be. Let this go through. And I
Yeah.
totally agree with that on such a fundamental level. I think I cannot think of a single games journalist that isn't sick about talking about the R18 rating. Matt and I were over it years ago. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I can never decide what my view is on it. Like, with like 1 minute, I'll sort of think this is a really important issue. I care a lot about what happens with this, and then sort of 5 minutes later, I kind of think, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care. If a game gets banned, I'll go to playasia.com or
okay,
somewhere
but
and import it.
that's illegal to start with, so
Yeah.
we can't promote illegal.
Not
activities
that
on
that's
Australian
what I
Gamer,
would do as an example
even
of what
though
not
Cormac
to do.
did do a fantastic review of Mortal Kombat.
The game is amazing. Go buy it.
Well, I'm not going to, obviously not going to say my source here, but a friend of a friend of a friend who works for Australian Customs
Yep.
has sort of basically said that if it's like generally speaking, if it's like a retail amount, they're going to give a shit. And so
Oh no!
if it's
Well,
illegal
legally-
it's legal to have it. It's legal
in some
to-
states.
In some states.
In some states, it's basically legal to own it.
Yeah.
It's not legal to sell it. It's
Yeah.
not legal to have it displayed in
Yeah.
private or in public.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing is that the fine is different depending on how many copies you import.
Yeah,
if you
that was
import,
right.
I think it's either 5 or more or 10 or
Yeah.
more. That's different.
Because that shows commercial potential.
It's the same as drugs. If you
Yeah.
get busted for having like 1 or 2 pills, then you get like a misdemeanor, a slap sort of thing. But 9 or more is a dealable quantity.
Yeah,
Don't ask
yeah.
me how I know this stuff. I don't know why I'd know this stuff. That's crazy. But hey, no, we shouldn't. We should, we've just had a guest walking. Does this guest want to actually say anything on this public podcast?
Listened by thousands of people.
It's okay, man. No one listens to this. Don't worry, it's all good.
I think he wants to remain anonymous.
All right, fair enough. We've had an anonymous guest walk into the room, but great to see you. Anyway,
So, R18, what did you say
no,
at the end
fuck
there?
it. We've already
No.
figured it out.
Okay.
We've finished this topic. Without
Basically,
you
just
non-Star Wars
import
watching
one copy
motherfucker.
and you'll be okay. That's not the official Australia
the
Gamer
official thing is
line.
this draft has come out, and I think it's interesting. But can we all just not debate it any further? There are more important things for our politicians to do, like trying to pretend they're doing other things. So let's just allow this to go through. One thing is though, there is an online poll that the government has actually put up. They want to hear your say. You go to a website. I'll post it on Australian Gamer.
Cool.
When I get time. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
year.
Let me rephrase this. I'll send the link to get someone else to post it on Australian Gamer because
There you
I'm
go.
slack. But basically, you go there and there's a list of options, which is like, I support this R18 rating. I want an R18 rating. I support this draft. I want an R18 rating. I don't support this draft, or I don't agree with what's in this draft. There's a couple of options. Please, for the love of God, select the first one so we can just push this motherfucking
There's
thing
nothing
through.
that is sort of glaringly wrong about the draft. Like
Nothing
I
glaringly
haven't
wrong.
picked it apart, but I've had like a brief look, and just reading through it, I kind of shrugged my shoulders and went, "Yeah, that looks fair enough."
I know. I'm just.
What's that voting going to do to anything?
It's the public forum. It's basically the government actually sourcing public opinion.
What's to stop people from spamming the shit out of that and
Nothing. Do it. Fuck yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes. Brilliant. I'd imagine there's some IP restrictions or something like that. But send it to
Probably.
your friends. Send it to your parents and relatives and mothers and dogs and anyone that can push a button on a keyboard. Do it. Get them to put it in. Can we
Yeah,
just
it's
get this fucking thing over with?
Because I mean, if we keep picking apart the meaning of all the different acts, then we're just going to end up back at square one all over again. So let's just get it through, get the R18.
The ghost.
Jay's being attacked by the ghost in
Fuck him.
Yug's
I don't
room.
care about. He hasn't seen Star Wars. Fuck him. I really don't care about Jay anymore.
That's why the ghost came back, to
Yeah,
fuck
good.
with Jay
All
for
right.
not actually seeing it.
Look, we're going to wrap this up because it's gone over time already.
Quickly, is there anything you want to pimp out before we go?
I don't want to pimp out the Manor Bar. It's not open yet. Christ, man.
I didn't even say Manor Bar.
Well, that's the only thing I really do
all
these
right,
days.
okay. I'm running a competition next week for the new game Hunted. That's coming out next week, so look out for that one.
Can I just say, so that Hunter
Keep going.
game, I actually looked into that a little bit because we were supposed to do an event for it up in Brisbane, but we
Okay.
didn't get time.
Uh-huh.
The co-op looks really cool in that. I've gotten obsessed with co-op games lately. Yahtzee and I played through Portal 2 co-op, and then we started going through Serious Sam. And there's some
who was
other.
the smarter person in between you two? I'm just trying to guess.
Well, guess.
Neither.
Fuck you.
Was Matt sitting there telling you guys what to do?
Are you really? You're calling out Matt as the smarter one? Yeah, fair enough.
He does have glasses.
Christ.
A wand and a scar on his forehead.
Anyway, Hunter looks good co-op. Anyway,
Looks good.
cool competition. Yes, like it.
I think that our Brink review is going to go up this week, apparently. I think, maybe, Nat. He was going to do that.
I like this. It's like, hey, let's promote our stuff, and you're promoting the fact that a writer on our site should be putting a review.
No,
up.
he-
That's a promotion and a guilt trip at the same time.
It is a little
And
bit.
don't forget your LA Noir video.
Yeah, LA Noir. Where's that?
I am going to
Come
be
on.
doing a Drunk Yug LA Noir review.
Yes.
Which is a follow-up to my Drunk Yug Red Dead Redemption review. Anyone
are
that
you-
hasn't seen that, please watch it.
It's fantastic.
And this review will have a special guest as well. The last one had Junglist. This one will have someone else as well. Involves us getting drunk and attempting to review LA Noir.
God.
I love your commitment that you're going to attempt to review it.
Well, God, see, this is the thing. I did that Red Dead Redemption review, right? Well,
It was
drunken review, but
splendid.
sent it to Rocks. They had looked at it, so I think they're like, this isn't a review. You haven't actually reviewed anything. All you've done is drunkenly slur your way through talking about the game and not even given away that much information. You basically just stated certain facts. The main protagonist, his name is John Marsden, and you can ride horses.
yeah.
And look,
That's
look,
not
see
untrue.
horses. Look at him. He's scarred. It wasn't a review.
That was
it was
great.
drunk. So anyway.
So this
entertaining.
time you are going to do. Is this
Fuck
going to be an
no,
actual?
no, this no. same
I
thing.
reckon at least 100 people bought that game after watching your video.
I reckon 100 people came to the Manor Bar and drank after watching that video, which is good. Quick update on the Manor Bar in Melbourne for anyone that's made it this far. Congratulations. Here's a bit of news.
It's open
Is,
right now. Come down.
There is anyone. Can people please stop coming up to me and asking when the Meta Bar in Melbourne is going to open? I mean, I need to keep a brave face about this. I understand this and be all public. You know, hey, it's all good, it's fantastic, but for God's sake, no one wants this bar to open more than me. Because you know what? It's not costing any of you any money. But yeah, we've got a light at the end of the tunnel at the moment, and if the bureaucratic bullshit process actually goes the way it's planned, then I should be able to actually announce the opening date specifically at the end of June.
Yeah.
Christmas!
Yay! 2014.
Fuck off back to Sydney. Jesus. But yeah, that's it. That's all the news I got.
That's it.
Are we done?
Matt did want me to... No, there was one more thing that Matt wanted us to talk about.
Whatever.
Is that apparently for those people who are adventurous enough and fearless enough to head to our forums, Matt said there's a current problem with signing up. So send all your lovely emails to matt@australiangamer.com. This is what he told me to say.
Or email me and I'll give you the password to my account and then you can log in under me.
Or email me
you're not
and I'll give
gonna...
you the password to Matt's account.
You and Luke aren't going to be in the country for like the next 2 weeks anyway. What do you give a shit?
That's right. I don't care what people post.
We're going to have some fantastic E3 coverage live from the show floor, right?
We're going to have titties out everywhere.
All right, we're going to wrap this one
up.
Thank you very much, Jay, for actually gracing us with your presence in this cold, cold city.
Wow!
That's it. Right, all right.
That's not a bad
That's great. Okay, and thank you, Sarge, for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Australian Gamer Podcast. We'll be back next week with someone else.
Yay, someone.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye-bye.
See ya!